Hello and welcome! I have gone through all of the winners of the Grand Naval Battle's first week's event. However, because there's always some people who manage to botch their submission in some way, for instance, the match happened too late, or it was submitted too late, times weren't clear, or just, other things. I will be occasionally now in the future posting some of the replays that were also submitted, but didn't actually meet the criteria because, they were either submitted too late, etc. But the reason why is because some of the results are enough to actually win the competition by quite a large margin, like this one. Anyways, the second week of Grand Naval Battles is going on. It's like 1 day left. I'm giving out 4 prizes, 200 diamonds each, for the best guide for each of the ship classes, and 1 for the best tier 5 match that you submit as a replay. I will have a video up tomorrow, I think, about the third week's contests. So, moving on to the match. Today's replay is by Hangoverrrr. He is in the tier 9 Japanese battleship, the Izumo. He was actually surprised that he didn't win the battleship contest. Unfortunately, he seemed to have either done the submission wrong in the email or something like that, and he didn't include the necessary keyword on the replay uploading site, so I couldn't pick it up there either, so I had no idea. Unfortunately, because it's a really good game. He is in that, like I said, tier 9 Japanese battleship, the Izumo. This match is on the map Trap. The enemies both have 1 carrier, so there are definitely enough dangerous things left to kill him, because the Izumo actually is really good these days, because ever since they added armor to the Izumo. Anyways, he is going towards the sea cap like people usually are on Trap, because it seems to make sense to go there more. He's shooting at a hipper who managed to beach himself right at the start of the match, and in a position where I think he is going to just die, because that is a position you do not want to be caught out alone at. Although maybe if he stops, like, if he stops, what's it called, shooting back, then he should actually disappear, but it appears that he isn't planning to do that. Anyways, it seems Hangoverrrr is switching targets to either the Loyang or the Aerroon, and it seems to be the Aerroon. Which is surprising because the cruiser is really far away, and I'm not sure if I would have the confidence in shooting the Aerroon. But, well, this guy definitely does. 3 citadel hits, 30,000 damage on the Aerroon, first salvo. A really good one. So, what's the next target? It seems to be the Iowa. So, it's that one. Also, there's some kind of weird thing going on with some of his allies here next to this island. Some unsavory action. Also, I can't believe that Iowa just got citadeled. Wow, that is very surprising, at least to me. Well, he decides to switch targets yet again because the ships disappeared, so it's time for this Kutuzov to eat some lead. And I think the salvo is not very on point. Yep, it definitely was not a very good salvo, but he got lucky that 1 shell that did hit did a good 5,000 damage. So, obviously he doesn't switch targets as a joke. He switches targets because, it makes sense to do sometimes. And in this case, it just has happened multiple times. Seems like a very good salvo. Come on. Oh, never mind. A bit too high, actually. Well, it's mostly too high because of the Kutuzov turning. Let's check out what the hell are these guys doing. Oh. Well, I mean, if 2 hippers ram each other hard enough, will that create more hippers? Or is that like a myth? What happens if an Izumo joins the fun? Well, anyways, his shot is on the Nagato. And it seems another 4 hits. A really surprising one. It's getting some good RNG, or alternatively, the Izumo's guns just are that good. The reason why the Izumo isn't nearly as bad as she used to be is because when she was really bad, the problem was that she had almost no armor. But at some point it seems Wargaming added the armor back, or, you know, buffed it or whatever. And after that she has been quite fine, although she still suffers from things like being too big, etc. But I wouldn't say that she is all that much worse than the Iowa. I mean, I haven't played the Izumo, at least not recently, enough at least. But the few times I have, on the test server, etc., I haven't really found her to be all that much worse than the Iowa, at least the one I remembered. Okay, another shot on the Iowa, who is for some reason standing still yet again. And another 8,000 damage, a really good salvo. One thing I do not understand is, if you have the configuration of all the 3 guns being at the front, why is the back gun positioned just like it would be at the very back? Because, you know, the advantage of 3 guns at the front would be that they would all turn, you know, at the front. So if you're moving towards a target and you go in a slalom, then you could always keep all your guns on the target, but it's just not possible. The 3rd gun acts exactly like if it were at the very back of a ship, so it kinda has no advantage whatsoever. Anyways, the shot seems to be on the Iowa, but because it's a replay I can't seem to select the Iowa here, unfortunately. So it has the rune selected, even though the real target is definitely the Iowa. Wow, and a good 30,000 damage salvo. Goodbye, Iowa. Well, about the match itself, his team has been doing really well. They are winning the battle at sea really hard, because it seems that 2 enemy ships went to A for God knows what reason, while only 1 ship on his team. Anyways, next shot is on the rune, and I don't think this rune has a long time to live. Maybe Hangover won't kill him, but one of the other ships around will definitely do it. Especially when the carry also seems to drop on him. It's a bit over 8 minutes into the match, and Hangover already has 6 kills. That's a really good one. Okay, so since all the targets at the sea area are gone, or most of them, although there are some left because he is being spotted, like that Nagato, they aren't really a major threat towards the sea cap. One thing I do think that is a really big mistake is people who sail their ships over here. The carrier there is fine, although it would be better if the carrier was in a better position, but it's okay. But these 2 cruises are way too far. Like, they will have a really tough time attacking B, because the real match is actually fighting over B, not the sea cap. The A and C cap just divides it on the team, but then the real victor of the battle usually gets decided by who gets B. Or, you know, often it actually gets decided before that, because both sides go to B, and then one side just has such a huge advantage over the other one that they just get B for free. Anyways, the Kutuzov is slowing down and smoking, so it shouldn't be a very hard shot. But it seems either the RNG was pretty poor or the aim was off. Only 1 shell hit. Although I think it was the aim being a bit off, because it seemed that the Kutuzov was slowing down at a faster rate. Anyways, now it's time to shoot the rune. I'm not sure of this salvo. I thought it was a bit too high, but it depends on what the rune did. Oh, never mind. There was way too much lead. And yep, because the rune was turning away there, it wasn't actually high enough anyway. So if the rune had got to that spot, it would have missed anyway, or at least mostly missed. So the Kutuzov is still inside the smoke, which is unfortunate because they don't have anything to spot her. Inside the smoke, that is. But the Miyoko should still be a decent target. The one thing that's really annoying on the Izumo is the fact that because your ship is so big, it's so easy to set fire to it. Anyways, he used damage control party. And the Kutuzov's position is visible, but obviously because the... what's it called? Dispersion is way higher if there is no targeted ship, then yeah, that's just not gonna go well. Okay, a shot on the Kutuzov. I thought that was way too high, but I mean, it's RNG, whether you get a lot of damage. And he did get a lot of damage, although the Kutuzov wasn't that healthy anyway. Although that was only one Citadel hit, because it seems that the game likes putting Citadels first, so... It might really not have been a very good shot, but anyways, he meets an enemy Iowa. And what's the other ship? It's a Tirpitz. And he shoots at the Iowa, who is moving towards him at an angle, so it might not be the easiest shot. And only 1,000 damage. One shell bounced. I think the focus should be on the Miyoko, and I like the fact that he is turning away the way he is, because I think that the Miyoko is likely to torpedo, especially because she ran aground, which means she wasn't paying all that much attention. Okay, another shot that was way too high for my taste. Maybe that's the one you should be doing. I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't quite know for sure. Anyways, planes seem to be incoming. There's no fighter left, so because these are dive bombers, he is going to burn really hard. Luckily though, Izumos have pretty good anti-air if it's the upgraded hull. It would be nice if they could finish off the Miyoko, but unfortunately, because he turned to behind the island, which in my opinion is the smart choice, he can't kill the Miyoko, because the reason why it was a smart choice to turn behind the island is because the Miyoko could have torpedoes, and they might already be in the water and they could just kill him. And with the position the Miyoko is at currently, even if she does have torpedoes, it should be okay, at least for a moment, to shoot. Anyways, there's a cruiser over there, but that one's no threat due to the island being in the way, and now he notices that as well. Okay, if the Miyoko didn't fire her torpedoes earlier, she might have them now though, so this is still a dangerous gamble to go around the island. Although because the Fubuki is ahead a bit, it should give Hangoverrrr quite a bit of warning if the Miyoko had torpedoed. Unfortunately, the Fubuki died in like one salvo of the Miyoko. So this, in my opinion, is rather risky, what he's doing currently. I don't think I would be going out like that. I think I would just be sitting here. And torpedoes. Well, this is risky and he's gonna take 3 of them. Okay, maybe not 3, maybe just 2. Yeah, only 2. Well, 2 is still a lot of damage. Luckily, he still had damage control party left, so it's okay. Also, if you look at it, there's the enemy carrier at 13 kilometers, but he's not interested. Apparently, at least. It's okay. The carrier is air superiority, so it's not that big of a deal that he is so close. Ooh, nice shot on the Iowa. 25,000 damage. Would have liked to see how the shot was properly aimed, but it's okay. Secondary starting up at this range. Very surprising. But then again, it is... wow! 32,000 damage, and that was just one gun. 32,000 damage from one gun. Wow. Now that one was very impressive. And wow, this was essentially 2 salvos. Actually, a bit less even. Because he fired one gun separately. Wow, that was a really good salvo on the Iowa. By the way, it's the 15th minute going on of the match, and he has 249,000 damage already. And some Izumo barbecue. Damage control party will be off cooldown in 5 seconds, but the Miyoko might... Oh, never mind. It seems the Miyoko wasn't doing all that much. The Miyoko could have torpedoed the Izumo. And Izumo uses damage control party immediately, which is just a smart choice. At this point, what would be nice is if the Izumo could capture B, then, you know, he would have done essentially everything that he should have. So, at this point, there isn't all that much to do. The enemy has a Tirpitz in that direction, and an Essex in that direction. But neither are visible. Okay, the Tirpitz might be in a moment. So this should make a decent shot here. I mean, the fact that they can't see the Essex is largely down to the misplay of the friendly carrier, in my opinion. They should see where the Essex is. Okay, this salvo was pretty good. It was high up, which is okay against the Tirpitz, because the Tirpitz is really softly armored. Like, the armor usually isn't very good. So doing something like this, like that shot before where it didn't go into the waterline, is okay, because you can't really settle the Tirpitz anyway, usually, when firing while the Tirpitz is not turning, so it's fine. But yeah, I think the Essex dive bombers will be coming in again soon, because he is being spotted by planes, and there they are. He has damage control party available again. Also, thank you very much for using premium consumables. This is what you should be doing. I hope he's... I wonder, does selecting the plane show up in a replay? I don't know, to be honest. Thing is that if he uses damage control party too early, he'll just burn down then. But if he waits too long, then he will burn down as well. That's actually an advantage US carriers, US battleships do have. And he used damage control party too early. It's okay, the game should end at some point, but wow, 3 fires, yeah. Izumo, you are toast, like, you are barbecued completely. Okay, so what I said about the advantage is, the advantage of US battleships in this regard is the fact that their damage control party lasts 20 seconds, which means that if you press R, the damage control party goes on for a good 20 seconds, which means that if the enemy drops dive bombers on you, they have to wait 20 seconds after you use damage control party before they can drop again. So they might have to wait a long time, and that could give enough time for planes to come over. German battleships, that is the Tirpitz, is 15 seconds, while Japanese ones are 10 seconds, I believe, and I think the British, the Warspite is like 5 seconds or something. Like, that one is literally cruiser level. Anyways, I really like the sinking animations now. Let's really watch this. Oh my god, come on, man. Oh my god, he jumped away just at the last moment. Damn. Oh well, whatever. I guess we are following this rune that's doing literally nothing. Well, we could have been watching that nice sinking animation. You didn't jump away earlier, but then at some point you did. So annoying, so annoying. Anyways, Rune and Hip are killing those planes with this nice looking anti-air. A light show. Too bad it's not nighttime. That one would look even better then. But at this point, it's a victory. The game just has to end, so let's just jump towards the end of the match. So while the end of the match was rather boring, the opening and middle parts were pretty good, especially considering it was an Izumo. So Hangover made 677,000 credits, 25,000 experience, mostly due to multipliers of course. He got the Confederate and High Caliber flags. No Kraken Unleashed, because he didn't get 5 kills. He did 273,000 damage in an Izumo. 57 target hits, 16 planes shot down, 4 ships killed, 12 citadels. That's a very surprising result, and he also did a solo cup. So, in the team panel, he got 4,188 experience, definitely being the #1 result by a large margin, more than double of anybody else in the match. If you look at actually the enemy team scores, then you notice that they had a few people, at least 3 people, who got almost 1,500 experience on a loss. This means that those would have all been 2,200 plus scores if they had won the match. But Hangover was like, nope, 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 I'm taking the win today. And he did. He played really well. Like, this kind of a result in terms of experience does not come lightly. And if he had not botched the submission, then he would have handily won the Battleship competition by like 600 experience. So in terms of damage done, like I said, it was 273,000 damage. 1,300 of it came from secondaries. So my question is to you guys, yes, does it make sense to upgrade your secondary stuff? I don't know. I think you would be better off going for things like anti-air and main batteries. Anyways, he killed 10 dive bombers and 6 fighters. And he was alive for 17 minutes. But yeah, anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, then please subscribe and thanks for watching.